Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the WFA Friday night playoff action between the Des Moines Corn Kings and the Vegas Venom. We're here in glorious Las Vegas, Nevada, not too far off the strip. I had to withhold my indulgences for just a few hours, as I'm Jack P. Alongside me here tonight is Chad Rowland. Chad, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I had to do the same thing, right? I had to withhold my stuff, because herpes is around here. It gets back to you. So this is,
No, you do not want to get herpes in the middle of a WFA game. It's terrible. It's taken out many players' careers, brought them to a crippling end. So tonight we got Des Moines, we got the Corn Boys, we got the Corn Enjoyers, the Corn Kings, if you will, traveling in town, take on the Vegas Venom. And these are two teams that are pretty much bang on equal with each other in terms of how they've stacked up throughout the season.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that, Jack. I mean, obviously, I think one of the key matchups I really want to take a look at is for Vegas is Terrace Hudnall, right? The rookie quarterback coming in as a silver. Looking at that Des Moines secondary, there's a couple of key pieces in there, Ezra Swift and Bo Bacon being big pieces of that, but would love to see how that rookie handles his first playoff game.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of pressure, but he is under the watchful eye, both Joel and Logan, two of the best owners in the WFA's history. Meanwhile, for Des Moines, their whole story coming into this season has been their quest, their revenge tour to get back to the Gen Bowl after barely losing it last year to the Montreal Berserkers. And really the road starts here. Again, Vegas is probably the favorites as the hometown team. I was about to say they're favored in Vegas, but obviously they'd be favored here. And so it's going to be interesting no matter what happens. You're going to have it should be a great game on Friday night.
Yeah, this is going to be a very good game to watch. I was really fortunate to be able to be picked for this game. As I think what we should do, Jack, is take a moment of silence for the Spooters, right? And their ending.
Yeah.
So let's take a moment. The Stingers, let's take a moment of silence for the Spooters. All right, moment of silence is over.
Yep. So
let's get to some football.
Yeah, let's get some football. We got Vegas and Des Moines playing for a spot to go up to Casper to take on the Cavalry. We're watching the WFA's Road to Madagascar here on YouTube. So we got Des Moines and we got Vegas. We got two of the top teams, two of the longest tenured owners in the World Football Alliance taking on each other in what should be a really great game. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to this broadcast. And once again, I'm Jack P alongside Chad Rowland.
Yep. This is like we've been saying all pregame. This is going to be a really good game, right? You can see the wide receiver tandem there and Denimbola and Vance. These guys are going to be big weapons for Hundle tonight.
Good to see you again. This is it.
Man, are we just now getting to the coin toss? All right, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, it took us a little bit, but, we get to where we need to be eventually in life.
There you go.
And the Corn Kings will receive the opening kickoff, meaning, obviously, in turn, Vegas will get the second half. Pretty wild, ain't it?
That's a really weird rule, in football, but it works.
Yeah. Welcome to the WFA, where we act bemused by the basics of football.
Yep.
Ball is on the tee, and we are underway from Las Vegas, Nevada. Ball's taken at the goal line by Des Moines, up past 15, past the 20 to the 24-yard line. And that is where Des Moines will set up for their first offensive drive tonight. Overall, Des Moines' main weapons come in their passing attack. They have a top 5 passing game in the WFA so far this year. They're looking to keep it going.
Yep, as we pointed out earlier, Denimbola and Vance are those two big targets that they have.
And that's going to be a huge gain to the 44.
Yep, great catch there by Roger Howard, 6'3", 215, silver player, really can run the routes very well.
Heavy set for Des Moines, and that's going to go nowhere, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that defensive line really was able to get in there, Jack, and obviously, you know, looking at this team, they may have to try that outside run. All right, and that's going to be thrown to the outside, and we're going to switch it up here a little bit. I'm going to be doing the play-by-play, and that was an outside route there by Roger Howard.
Yeah, that was a decent throw there. Gains just in the right amount of yardage needed, and that should be a set up a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 4 here from the 49. Coming with an empty set here, 5. It looks like 4 wide. In the nickel 3-3, it looks like here for the Venom. Miller drops back, looking to the inside, and that is just going to be short. Did not get enough distance. When you're looking at that, Jack, you've got to know where the line is.
Yeah, that's just poor awareness on the receiver, turning around at the wrong time and just going backwards. And so that's going to have to, they're going to stay out on the field.
And look at this, 4th and 2 here on the first drive. Let's see if the Corn Kings actually go for it. They're in that strong power I formation. I think this is just going to be, unfortunately, some good timeout cheese. And it is indeed, as the Corn Kings burning an early timeout. Hopefully that's not going to come back to cost them in the 2nd quarter there, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising, but a little bit weird they'd use it this early on.
So 4th and 2 as the Corn Kings will punt it away. And it looks like Neiman is going to be the one that's back for the Corn Kings. Looking to try to pin them deep in their own territory. And it looks like that's some good hang time there. And no fair catch called. He's going to try to run this to the outside. He breaks a tackle. Tries to barrel his way through, but he gets down to about the 18-yard line. And that's where Terrence Hudnall, making his first playoff appearance in the WFA, is going to take over.
Yeah, all the pressure lies on Hudnall for the moment.
And
you know, you only get your first playoff start once, so this is the time to make a real big first impression.
Strong power I formation here for the Venom. 1st and 10 from the 18. That's a handoff to the fullback. He's got a pretty good little lane to run up, and that's going to be a gain of about 7 up to the 25, and that's Nick Cricks III. Second and 3 from the 25.
Yeah, that was another just... Yeah.
Single back formation here. F-wing Joker set. That's going to be a handoff shot in the middle. He gets a first down and a little bit more as he gets up to the 31-yard line. A good run there by Claude Owens.
Yeah, and this is a very interesting call here from Vegas so far. Establish confidence in the offense as a whole, and then let Hudnall start really bombing it over these next few plays.
Hudnall, a big quarterback, 6'7", 265, known to be a mobile, on-his-feet quarterback. Hudnall drops back for his first pass. It's going to be to the outside. That is a catch, and that is going to be first down. And that's a good catch there by the tight end, Sean Nicholson.
And that's exactly what they needed, Chad, just to start off a drive like this. Or just to keep going with Hudnall, get him in rhythm. And again, Des Moines' defense, especially on the pass, has not been great this year, so that was a great start.
Nick Cricks, the third, gets the ball again, gets stuffed right there, only about a 2-yard gain. Big tackle there by Cordell. I-5 formation here for the Venom. Second and 8. Hudnall. Deep drop back. Moves up in the pocket, throws down the field, and there's a big catch across the midway point down to the red zone. And that was Essex Devinola, who we've been talking about before. A big target for Hudnall, and he finds him right there.
And that is a cannon of an arm that Hudnall is capable of being shown to its full effect, flipping the field as is and keeping the football. This is a whole new drive for Vegas.
First and 10 from the 20. Owens goes up the middle, but only gets a gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, that was a simple run play, but keeps them on schedule, you know. You get a few more plays like that, and you'll be getting first downs. Not really much of a worry.
Second and 7 from the 18. 3 wide receiver set here out of the weak formation for the Venom. That's when you hand off to Cricks the third once again with a big spin move. He gets the first down to the 9-yard line. And actually, that is my mistake. That is Chevy Lawson, the backup running back.
Hey, you know, Chad, if there's anything that we learned here in the WFA early on, these depth pieces matter, and Vegas using it to perfect advantage, setting up a first and goal.
And that's going to be a swing pass to the outside. That time it is Claude Owens. Doesn't go much anywhere, and that's going to be second and goal.
I can see where Vegas was coming from there. Try and dump it off the outside. Maybe he turns up field. Maybe he gets a few yards. Maybe he gets that touchdown, but unfortunately it doesn't work out that time. Brings up second and goal from the 6.
And the Venom coming out in that weak power I formation. Once again, you got one receiver down to the bottom, which is Denon Bola. Handing off to Owens. He goes up the middle, only gets about a yard, and that is going to set up third and goal from the 5.
So far, this has been a decent stand on the goal line by Des Moines. If they can get off the field with just 3 on the board against them, I think they'll consider this a success.
I-form twin set once again. Looking like the Corn Kings are trying to bring some heat. Hudnall drops back. Deep drop, looking, fires over the middle. That is tipped away. And that is incomplete, and that is going to be 4th down. Good goal line stand by the Corn Kings.
Chad, I regret to inform you, that was a touchdown.
Was it really?
Yeah, they're gonna rule that a touchdown.
Really? Wow, okay.
No, he got that toe drag. Yeah, he got that toe drag swag.
Wow, look at that. Like, that looked, from the angle originally that we saw, it looked incomplete. But it definitely was not. So my mistake to Denon Bola, who made a fantastic catch. And that is a touchdown, and that's going to set up Vegas here for the extra point. And the extra point attempt
Vegas. Yeah, so Vegas going up 7-0, eh?
Yeah, the extra point attempt is good. And yes, just to inform the chat tonight, yes, I have been drinking. So definitely didn't see that catch.
Yeah, you see, this is the reason why I am perfectly happy with the fact that I did not take my edible yet tonight.
There you go.
Because if I had, then, you know, we're just both going, we'd just be both going crazy at that point.
Yeah, we'd be like, look at this unicorn out here in the middle of the field.
Oh, look, they're running. It's like a 5-yard sack for a loss. Like,
oh, look, wait, the Spiders are a championship contender. Whoa, wait. Like, yeah, we'd be saying that. So, all right, here we go. First to 10.
Yeah.
from the 22. The Corn Kings coming out to try to answer. 3 wide receiver set here in the I formation. Miller drops back, looking and tipped away there. Incomplete. The corner was right there before the receiver was. Good play.
Yeah, just a simple bite down sort of play from the defensive backfield of the air of Des Moines. From Vegas, sorry. Making the play when they needed to. Nothing too much more complicated than that.
Good look at Howard there running over to the side. Miller in the I formation once again. 3 wide receiver set. Short drop. He tries to get away from it. He was able to find his running back, and that was only going to get about a gain of a couple, and that was Cade Smith on the catch.
Can't we just give credit to whoever on the offensive line pushed down the Vegas defender? Because that should have been a sack.
Yeah, I agree with you. That should have been a sack right there. I thought he had him right there as soon as the ball was snapped. 3rd and 7 here with 4 wide receiver set. 50 XA post incoming. That is incomplete. And good play there by the linebacker, and that's going to be 4th down.
And that's as simple as they come there for Vegas. Nothing too crazy. They knew they forced Des Moines to do a bit more than they were originally planning, and, well, they shut him down.
That's going to bring out the punt unit for the Corn Kings. And they've been stalled once again. Denebola breaks the tackle there, makes a nice little spin move, gets up to about the 46. And Vegas is going to start this drive, Jack, with some good field position.
Oh, absolutely. Up right by midfield. Vegas, if they want to jump out to a big league and really just take control of this game, they're in prime position to do this. Even just like a field goal from here would do a great service for them.
2 wide receivers set here. Looks like the Corn King's going to bring some heat. Hudnall is looking deep down the sideline. He finds his man. He is open. And that is a quick strike from the Venom. Touchdown, Vegas.
And Vegas has taken control of this ball game early. Up already 13-0 on the Corn Kings. And Hudnall, he's looking like a 5-season vet. I'm going to be real. Just look at that cannon.
What a throw.
I can watch that spiral all day.
That was a great throw there. Kevin Vance, the other big-time target that we talked about pregame, with the big catch. So each of his big targets in Denebola and Vance with the touchdown. And Vegas is going to be set up here for the extra point to go up 14-0 here in this first quarter. Kick is up, and it is good. Had to get a nice little drink of hams there to wash that touchdown down. And everybody, if you're watching the game tonight, smash that like button. Need all the likes we can get. This is the road to the Gen Bowl here in the WFA.
Yeah, all roads currently leading to the great city of Toa Messina. The largest city in Madagascar. The largest city in Madagascar that we could pronounce the name of.
I just don't understand why we picked that place, but whatever. Hey, it is the fans' decision of where the Gen Bowl is hosted. So, just an interesting place to pick.
Yeah, they make the choice. We work out the logistics.
There you go. Yeah, that's all we can do, right? 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Split back set here for the Corn Kings. Miller changing the play on the line. He finds his target in the middle of the field. A nice little gain of 8 yards, and that's to Ricky Rivera, the tight end.
Simple, short plays, what seemed to be Des Moines' MO through this first, basically just the first quarter. And they're going empty backfield. They might be playing aggressive now.
Well, let's see, because they've only went aggressive once, and it's been incomplete. Miller drops back. He looks at the outside, finds his target, and that is complete. That will be a first down. Rivera once again with the catch.
Yeah, and it moves the chains, which realistically for Des Moines, that needs to be what you do now, because Vegas is borderline moving the ball on them at will. So Des Moines primarily just needs to slow the game down and take it at their own pace and hope that it slows Vegas down too.
First and 10 from the 38. Miller drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target, another first down, and that is Eagle Mondavi, the top wide receiver on the team.
Eagle Mondavi catching the ball from Harrison Miller. And it's just one of those classic short crossing route concepts in APF that everyone loves to use. It's the funny play, you know? It's the funny meme play.
The funny meme play, the all slants. First and 10 from the 48. 4 wide receiver set here for the Corn Kings. Looking back, finds his target over the middle, but is tipped away. And that was almost intercepted.
And that was a rather risky throw there by him.
Yeah, risky throw indeed. Darren Shifter, the backup middle linebacker with the play.
Yeah, just got an arm out, batted it down. Not much really that he could have done about it.
Second and 10 from the 48. Corn Kings looking to try to advance further down the field. Miller finds Cade Smith on the outside. He's going to try to break a tackle, and he just got hit hard, as that is now going to be 3rd and 8.
And a bit of a setback here for Des Moines in terms of their progress. They're going to need a big-ish play, which Vegas has shown on defense so far. They've been able to shut that down pretty easily.
Gun straight here for the Corn Kings. Looking at probably 50 XA posts. There's a jump off sides. And that's a deep route down the middle of the field. And that is tipped and intercepted, but it's not going to matter as the Venom defense jumped off sides. Not sure if that was Napoli or maybe Shelby Woosley Jr. Let's take a look here, and that was actually Cliff Holmes, the one who jumped offside.
Oh, yeah, that is not good, because not only does it give Des Moines a better shot at getting the first down, 3rd and 3 is much easier than 3rd and 8. I think anyone could tell you that. But also negates the interception, and not a bad move by Des Moines. You just say, okay, this is not going to matter if anything bad happens, so screw it. I'm going to just lob it downfield and see what happens.
Miller looks and finds his man down the field, past the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Roger Howard with the big 3rd down catch.
That had to be a very similar, if not the same play, as they drew up on the free play. And look at that. Just the corner was playing way too close inside, you know, and the receiver streaked to his outside, and bada bing, bada boom. First down for Des Moines.
Good play called there by the coaching staff of the Corn Kings. First and 10 from the 16. I believe this is the Corn Kings' first trip to the red zone. Miller drops back, looks to the outside, finds his receiver, gets down to about the 9, and that's going to be 2nd and 4.
That was a smart play by Miller to find the tight end just a little bit deeper. He had the off valve to his halfback available, but he saw that Phillips was open. He knew that he had to go a little bit more aggressive, and he makes the play work.
And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. The Vegas Venom up 14-0. And I wonder if I got enough time to hit the slots real quick and come back, Jack.
Maybe.
I don't think so. We're already lining up. So a little too late. I'll have to play them slots later on. 2nd and 4 from the 9. Miller looking for that fade route. He finds it in the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the Corn Kings. Eagle Mondavi with the catch.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. That is frankly amazing. The fact that Mondavi, he was so wide open. No one was really around him. And all Harrison Miller needed to do was just get a modicum of arm strength under that. And it was going to be 6 every single day of the week.
Yep, excellent play call there indeed by the Corn Kings. And that's what they needed to do here in this game. The crowd was been getting into it all evening long. And the Corn Kings were able to put something on the board. That way they can keep that crowd at bay. And that is going to bring out the kicker and Jeffrey Davis with the extra point attempt. And it is good. So the Corn Kings moving a little bit closer here in the beginning of the second quarter with a score of 14-7.
Yeah, that was the exact sort of drive that Des Moines needed to keep themselves in touch, which it seems to be against this Vegas team. The main idea is just to keep in touch. If they can pounce on it later and get a big dub, then that'll be for a conversation for later in the game as of right now.
And in this situation, especially in Vegas, touching usually costs you double, Jack.
Absolutely, you know?
And we get down to the 29-yard line, and the Venom, who have just looked very good on offense so far this evening, is going to come back out here on the field once again. Hudnall, as we described earlier, looking like a seasoned vet out there.
Yeah, just cool, calm, and collected. And, of course, you know, he's being helped by his coaching staff that is just giving him the optimal place for a guy like him to work with. And even on that big bomb on the last drive for 6, he looked calm and composed. He looked like he was having fun, which is what you really need to be doing in a playoff game.
Bunch say here, hitting that little simple out route. That's a good play to have, and that is going to be a completion that is going to get 6 yards on the play, and that was Kevin Vance with the catch.
And that was a good job there, just in terms of the route design, getting the defensive backs that are on the side of the field back up far enough so that when he was available, he could just pitch it down, simple as get a good amount of yards.
That's a little bit of a run here. Gets the first down, gets out to the 40-yard line, and then it was a huge drive.
Sometimes you just need to call the right run play at the right time. Vegas is not really the biggest running team in the WFA throughout this season. Or actually, they are one of the biggest. They are third in rush offense. I was spreading a bit of misinformation on the internet.
False truths coming out of Jack's mouth. And look at this play. Kevin Vance again on the deep throw. Hudnall once again finds his target. That's another touchdown for the Venom.
It's quintessential football play calling. Just you set them up with short plays, nothing too crazy, and then right when you start to notice, hey, they're starting to overcommit, they're going to play it short. He had 2 options that would have gone for 6. That is truly some next level of play design from the Vegas coaching staff. They had not 1, but 2 touchdown options available to them.
Yeah,
and Hudnall just decided to throw it one direction as opposed to the other.
Yeah, because if you look on that far side of the field, Denon Bullock was wide open too. I mean, if he would have just put some air into that, Denon Bullock would have got that touchdown also. So that is going to bring out the kicker here for the extra point that is up, and it is good. And the Venom, after that tedious drive by the Corn Kings, was able to respond with a quick drive of their own, and now they're back up 21-7.
And it seems to be, Chad, we're getting a bit of a shootout on our hands. You know, we got Iowa coming in, not too far from Iowa State. They're from Big 12 country. We're watching some Big 12 football.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the Wild West, right? I mean, Iowa's kind of in the Midwest, but, you know, Wild West, the shootouts, gunfight at the OK Corral, right? So this is exactly what you expect when you're watching football here in Vegas.
Yeah. Just too bad the silver and black can't really deliver Vegas the football that they deserve.
Well, yeah, true, but I mean, it's the silver and black is more. I don't know, like that's just hard to talk about.
50 AZ cross. Ready,
so we're gonna go to the field here, as it looks like he's calling a 50 AZ cross here for Miller. Let's see if that is indeed the play. Maybe he changes it to last second. Gun straight formation here. Miller drops back. looking deep down the middle of the field, and he has found his target, and that is up to the 40-yard line. Eagle Mondavi wants to give it his third catch of the night.
And that is a classic example of what I like to call a hospital throw or a health insurance pass. You chuck it, the receiver catches it, and then you hope that whatever happens next is covered by your health insurance.
That's a good analogy. Good way to put it. First and 10 here from the 40. As it looks like it's going to be gun split spread formation here for the Corn Kings. Running back on each side. Miller drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target, and that is going to be a first down, and that's Roger Howard again with the catch.
Yeah, another big one. As Des Moines, they're going methodical. They're going slow and steady. You know, they're trying to win the race on their terms. Unfortunately, you can't really play a game on your terms when you're down by 14 in the middle of the second. That's just not really how it works, but you know.
Weak power I formation, and that is going to be a run straight up the gut. And that was given to the fullback, Derek King. And that's a gain of 1.
Yeah, King hasn't gotten too much action so far. That I think might have been his 69th rushing yard of the season, so I guess congratulations to him on that.
There you go.
Big milestones. Very big milestones.
And looking over the middle, finds that slant route, works beautifully. That is a completed catch for the first down and more, and that is Morbius Mullinex, the third wide receiver with the catch.
It's Morbin time in Iowa. The special guest likes to pop his way in. It's Morbin time in Iowa. After that big catch, gets them down to the 31. This is comfortably in field goal range, so long as they don't force a turnover.
Up the nickel 3-3 package for the Vegas Venom. As Miller looking to the outside, he finds the check down and Cade Smith. He tries to break a tackle, but does not. And that is going to be a 5-yard gain. And that was a good tackle there, I believe, by Doug Dirk in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, just not allowing too much. Simple gain. You know, not too much you can really ask for.
And we got that split shotgun spread once again here for the Corn Kings. 2nd and 5 from the 26. Split pro set. Miller checks down to the fullback, and that's going to get nowhere. He's actually going to lose a yard. And that's a big tackle there by the safety.
You guys ain't got
Yeah,
game.
just, you know, when you're a defender, it's a good thing just to keep everything in front of you, and they did
Straight
just
open,
that.
50 XA post.
Nothing too
Look alive,
crazy.
baby. Break.
3rd and 6.
Corn Kings trying to answer back after that quick strike from the Venom. 3rd and 6 here. Empty set. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Miller drops back, looks, finds the open receiver in the middle of the field. That's a first down and more. Roger Howard down to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, simple gain there from Howard, as that's his 5th catch of the day. They're really working Howard, and you can't really blame them when he's able to get this open and get this much separation on the defenders. Makes it a simple 1st and goal.
I mean, I think Vegas really has a decent corner combo here with Durkin and Bustos, but these Corn King receivers are finding themselves open, but the Venom receivers are finding themselves even more open.
Yeah, just everyone's open. Defensive backs seem to not exist tonight.
Single back formation, hits check down to the running back, and he gets smashed there at the line of scrimmage. That's a big hit there by Zion Gilbert, the backup free safety.
You know, I can't really blame them for sending it up like that. When you're in these longer goal-to-go situations, that first down, you kind of have to treat it like any other first down, where you're just looking to gain yardage and then set up the attempts of the end zone, which are going to be on this play in a 3rd down.
Split spread formation here. Hits the check down. He runs out of bounds. He actually loses even more yardage. And that's going to set up 3rd and goal from the 9.
He let his man too far back, Chad. It just seemed to be that the throw was just kind of wayward, not very good.
Where you been today?
So they're going to need to take a
Don't
shot
worry,
for the
man.
end zone
I'm
from
gonna
9
turn
yards
around.
out. It's not impossible. It's very easy, but it can be easy. It just depends on what they play on the call.
I feel like they've been in this inside the 10 for an eternity. 3rd and goal from the 9. 4 wide receiver set here. Running back on the right side of him. Miller looks in the middle, finds nobody. That is tipped away, and the Corn Kings are going to have to settle for 3.
That was such a forced throw from the quarterback there. It just seemed to be that you could see who his intended receiver was, but he was crossing into the middle of like 3 or 4 different defensive backs. So you just never throw into that. I'm surprised he did.
Yeah, that was really a bad decision there by Harrison Miller. I mean, there was 3 guys all around Howard, and probably should have found something better than that. But nevertheless, we are going to get a field goal here from the Corn Kings. The kick is up, and it is good, 26 yards out. And the Corn Kings trying to get some points back. This is where Vegas can really try to take advantage here and break this game open.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A touchdown on this drive, which, I mean, all 3 of their previous drives ended in touchdowns. So odds are they would strike once again. However, a stop here from Des Moines would really heavily change the elements of this game.
Yep, and here's the situation we got to think about too. Vegas gets the ball back right in the second half, so having them strike now, if they can drain some clock, strike now, and then get the ball back again, this game could turn into a massacre really fast.
Yeah, these are the moments that if you're on defense, this is more important for your team's morale, really, than even like a final drive sort of situation, because these are the points where your defense can keep you in games, or they can just let the game slip out of reach.
And there's a handoff to the back. Claude Owens doesn't get anywhere. Good stop there by the defensive line, and that's going to be 2nd down. Second and 10 here for the Venom. 3 wide receivers set here in a single back formation. Hudnall drops back, finds his man short, and that was Kevin Vance on the catch, and it's only a gain of 3. That's going to be 3rd and 7.
Short pitch and catch, gains 3. Not bad at all, but if you're Des Moines, you got to be dropping deep on this coverage, because you know Vegas has burned you in these situations before.
4 wide receivers set here. I think this may be what we see here. Hudnall, maybe not. Looking off, and that is deflected away. What looked like the linebacker may have gotten there. And that is the first stop of the day for the Corn Kings defense.
That had to be a way off target pass, because it looked like it went right into the breadbasket of the linebacker, who was about 3 or 4 yards away from the receiver. Des Moines gets a huge break, though, and a stop like that can help them get back to this game.
Indeed it can, as the Vegas punter will be on here for the first time. And that is a big kick by the punter, and that is going to flip the field very well, as it's going to be on the Corn Kings' own 28-yard line to start the drive. And as you can see there, Jack, one of those beautiful transitions that makes my pants a little tighter every time I see it.
Yeah. You know, they do the same. What can I say?
Yeah, beautiful job there done by our very own Colin Pierce. 1st and 10 from the 28. Finds his receiver once again. That's going to be down to the 41. And that is Eagle Mondavi on his 4th catch of the night.
And it seems to be that all you see is Eagle Mondavi going very deep. And once again, it's just a simple pitch and catch. Gains them a good amount of yards.
We'll have to ask the Corn King if, and he's got Mondavi as a teammate, 2 different things. I wonder if he just goes deep all the time. Like, I wonder. That's just a really good question. I assume that Eagle Mondavi probably goes pretty deep, or gets, you know, somebody going deep in him. 2nd and 10. That is an incomplete pass and broken up by the linebacker Levens.
That one almost went deep into the palms of Levis as he had his hands up. But unfortunately, he kind of seemed to suffer from that classic linebacker disease of not being able to catch a football to save their life.
Yep, indeed. They all were born with stone hands. As you're going to see the weak high power formation in the 4-3 set, and that is going to be to the fullback and does not get very far, and that was Derek King on the run.
Yeah, not a lot working there. I guess we can't really be surprised. The entire defense saw it coming. It honestly wasn't even that great of a play call for 2nd and 10. You know, that's not really a 2nd and 10 play. You got to think of something that can get you reliably a few more yards than that.
I mean, I would say that's a 1st and 10 play for sure, but 2nd and 10, probably not.
Yeah.
Second and 10, or 3rd and 10, and that's going to be dropped down for a
4th
sack.
and 10.
And usually when you get a sack, there's some distance on there, but not. But that was a beautiful play there by Shelby Woosley Jr. on the sack.
Woo! You just got shut down and put down with that sack.
So that is a D going to bring out Oscar Neiman. And, oh, that was close to being a block there, Jack. And that is going to be received at about the 26. And he gets it up to the 28. Denimbola does, and that's going to bring out Vegas' offense once again.
Yeah, and once again, if Des Moines wants to hold on, another stop here is crucial. They have the 2-minute warning, so if they can just avoid a touchdown, time is on their side to an extent here.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Time after time.
Watch the right side. Watch the right side.
3 wide receiver set here for Hudnall. Looking to Denimbola, finds his receiver, and that is right before the 2-minute warning. So they will snap another play here before the 2-minute warning in this half.
Hey, pretty smart, you know? Set it up, get a few yards out of it. Hey! This is now an Italian broadcast. Hey, you know, hey, how we doing?
I was trying to be more like the. Oh, wait a minute. How did that happen?
2 minutes warning. Hey,
How did that happen? He must have not went out of bounds, even though he clearly went out of bounds.
Yeah, because they stopped the clock for all that time.
That's crazy. It's me, Mario. Strong power right foot here, Claude Owens. Gets stopped in the backfield by the Corn King defensive line. Bubba Dacius leading the way there on the tackle for loss.
And here's the surge for the offensive line there. Not too much that Vegas really put them down about that. Just kind of a block scheme. And the linemen not ready to go.
Let's go.
3rd and 10 here for the Venom. Really, ever since that big bomb, both offenses have really not done too much. Gun straight formation here for the Venom. And that's going to be a short pass over the middle that is caught, and that is not going to complete for a 1st down. And they are going to once again have to punt this away.
Yeah, and Des Moines' defense finally stepping up after 3 straight touchdowns to open the game, clamping down on defense and forcing Vegas into a bit more of an uncomfortable situation where they have to now play the same game.
And once again, the Corn Kings will get an opportunity to try to put some points on the board before the half. We do have to remember Vegas gets the ball back in the 2nd half as the clock winds down. 2 seconds left on the play clock, and then it's finally going to be snapped and punted away here by the Venom. As we received at about the 18, he gets up to about the 22-yard line, and the Corn Kings are going to have to go 78 yards, or 82 yards. Well, wait a minute, I can't even add. 78 yards.
And it appears that Chad Rowland failed math, everybody. Point and laugh, I guess.
I did take so my high school math, I only had to take 2 years, and it was problem solving and business math. So there you go.
Aren't you lucky? I had to slog my way up through like algebra 2 and like stats and whatnot. It was
Yeah.
not very fun.
Well, this is in a small Midwest town where they don't give a shit. So yeah, I just took the simplest math
Yeah.
I could, and in business math, I actually slept through the pretty much the entire course. So a little short pass
Do
there.
do not borrow your academic regimen from Chad here.
Yes, do not, please. Do not ask me what 2 plus 2 is. I don't know. The last time I knew it was 6. And there's a handoff on 2nd and 7 once again. Now it's 3rd and 7. And that right there, Jack, once again, is the second time that they've run on 2nd and long with that same play and got nothing out of it.
Yeah, you'd think that it would be taken out of the play calling sheet by this point, but I guess it's worth trying twice. It's
I'm
not a dumb idea unless it doesn't work,
I'm not sure who the offensive coordinator is for the Corn Kings, but they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to make some adjustments there in the first half, but that's not an adjustment they need to make there as they try to go no huddle, but there's 3 seconds left, so they're going to call a timeout, and that's going to set up for a long pass.
Well, there's your answer as to who's controlling this offense here, Chad.
There he is, the bald man himself, Zach Holdorf, the Corn King. I would hate to watch him butter up his corn cobs. And it looks like the Corn Kings are just going to take whatever play into this half. That's a handoff from Cade Smith, and that is going to be down to the 42, and that will do it here in the first half, Jack, as the Vegas Venom are up top 21-10. And let's go through this first half here real quick. As what did you see from the Venom that is the reason that they got up so big?
Well, I mean, primarily it was just the big plays and stopping Des Moines' defense early, slowing them down just enough. Because you can see here, the yard difference isn't that big. It's only 5 yards. The main thing is Vegas got those big plays. They resulted in touchdowns. And unfortunately, football is not won by who gained the most yards. It's won by whoever has the most points at the end of it. And so far, Vegas has more points.
If that isn't the most John Madden answer I've ever heard in my life, I don't know what is.
I can go get a turducken if you want.
You want to get a turducken? Oh, yeah. Have you ever had a turducken?
No. I mean, I've had the 3 individual components, but I've never thrown them together.
You've never seen the threesome of the turducken and how it, dude. It's actually not that bad. Like I've had a turducken once.
I mean, yeah, because it's just like a turkey, a duck, and a chicken. Like,
yeah,
those things are fine enough on their own. Yeah. It doesn't sound like an insultingly bad food combo.
Yeah, it's not a bad food combo, and you really kind of feel dirty when you're like putting your hand in there because you're like, I don't know if I'm in the turkey, if I'm in a duck, like,
or if you're in the chicken.
Yeah, or we have chicken, and Logan is telling us we all have ADD because we're not paying attention. So let's talk about the stats, right? Stats, and more stats, right? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about the stats of how many Ritalin pills I've forgotten to take today.
Yeah, we forgot to take 5 each. So,
yeah,
let's just call it that. So, all right. Well, a big adjustment I think that both teams are going to need to do in the second half here, Jack, is they're going to get the run game going, right? Claude Owens not much on the ground, Cade Smith not much on the ground. These guys are going to have to get the run game established, I think, in order to be able to score some more points.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, if there's anything this week has proven, is that the run game is probably not as necessary as a lot of people think. But we haven't seen Montreal play yet, so they're definitely going to prove us wrong in just a few days.
Yep. Very true indeed. Montreal, a very good running team, as the Vegas Venom take that out to the 22. And Vegas has come out to see if they can strike quick as they have before. They got 2 touchdowns in that first quarter. First and 10 from the 22. Vegas coming out in a 4 wide receiver set here. Hudnall drops back, looks, finds his target, Denimbola, and that is going to be complete for first down to the 39-yard line.
You know, and probably the rarest thing that we've seen today is a mid-distance play for Vegas. Denimbola just got into the soft zone of the defense, right where there was no one really around. And it's just a textbook solid football play.
Yep, indeed a good play there. Just a nice little slant route. Denimbola finding the open space in the middle of the field. First and 10 here for the Venom on to 39. Has to be a handoff to Nick Cricks the third. He's going to get a gain of 6 on the run.
Another simple one, not too complicated from Cricks.
Second and 4 coming up here for the Venom. Yelling to his team to watch out for the play action pass. Looking like a 4-3 defense. They might bring some pressure here. And Claude Owens is going to get the handoff, and he maybe gets a yard on the play, and that's going to set up a third and short.
Yeah, it seems for the first time today that Vegas is finally starting to establish somewhat of a run game. Again, for one of the top rushing offenses in the WFA, they've not been running it so much, which granted, I mean, isn't that crazy for this round? I mean, Boston barely ran the ball, and it ended up with like 31 points. So, you know,
yeah.
What do we know?
I mean, that is still the craziest game I think I've ever watched. An offside, that's a free play. It was a sack, but that's not going to matter as Corn Kings giving up the first down there.
Yeah, that's a big old yikes of a play. Just getting steamrolled over. Oh!
Wait a minute. So the penalty's offset. So there was a holding on the offense and an offsides on the defense. So the penalties are offset and they'll replay 3rd and 3. And
you know,
that's kind of a rare thing.
The last time I saw that.
Yeah, that's a rare
occurrence. I don't know the last time I saw that.
Here
I mean, still though, as an
WFA.
old lineman, yeah, in the offensive line, you gotta just like not mess up at that point.
Yeah.
Like you can't even if you just let the defender whiz by you and get a sack, that's whatever. It's 3rd and 3. You're gonna get the first down anyway. Make sure your quarterback doesn't get hurt.
Bunch set formation. Claude Owens does get the ball, and he does get the first down. They are at the 50-yard line, so it doesn't hurt anything at the end of the day. But you could have had that extra 2 yards on that.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 50. Hudnall has looked really good today in his first appearance in the WFA playoffs, and that's a handoff from Nick Cricks the third. Cricks with the broken tackle only gets about 3 on the run.
And you know that wasn't a bad run out of that formation. Just barrel through, getting a few yards, keeps the offense on schedule. You know that's a perfect play for 1st and 10, not from 2nd and 10.
And that was actually, I always forget in that formation, the backup running back, Chevy Lawson, on the carry. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 here from the 47. Hudnall takes a big drop. He throws it down the field, and that is found. Essex Denimbola with the big catch, and that is down to the 14-yard line. Venom are getting ready to strike.
And a huge bomb there once again. Hudnall just getting big yardage on these chunk plays. And a reliable set of hands greets him at the end of that rainbow. Once again, Vegas in the red zone.
And as we talked about, establishing that run game will set up the pass game, and that's what you saw right there. They're running the ball, and then all of a sudden, Hudnall goes over the top. Hudnall, once again, looking into the end zone. There's a penalty on the play, Jack. Let's see what R62 is going to call for this one.
Yeah, because that's DPI. That's DPI.
Yep,
that's going to change a lot.
That is a pass interference on Ezra Swift, the starting free safety. And that's going to take the Venom down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, apparently we're not going to see what his crimes against humanity were. Um,
I'm
although
on
we
today.
can be
Just keep
assured
getting to the right spot and I'm
they
gonna
were
find
very
you.
bad.
Woo! That's my boy.
Yes, bad enough to get the laundry on the field. And that is going to bring up first and goal here. Let's see what the Venom red zone offense looks like. Huddle, deep drop, looking to the outside, tipped away, and oh, that was almost intercepted. And Billy Big Hits almost had the pick on the tip, but that's going to bring up second down.
It was a very precarious throw. I don't disagree with the throw, really. You know, he's open, he's in the end zone. Those are the two qualifications for any quarterback in this situation. So it brings up second and goal, and they're going to run this one.
Yep, looks like a running formation indeed. That is a handoff to Nick Cricks III. And that is going to get them to the 1 yard line. And that's going to bring up third and goal.
We need to get across the line. No more messing around. Man, this is a big one. Right.
That is going to bring up third and goal from the 1.
Down.
Vegas going to go a heavy set here, weak power I formation. There's the handoff to Owens, and he cannot break that tackle. He is not going to get in. And that is going to bring up fourth down, as the field goal unit will probably come out here for the Venom.
And they tried to extend that play to the outside. Kind of remind me of the 2021 Big 12 Championship final play. Just get to the outside as far as you can, then dive in. Didn't work, but Vegas still gets a few points on top of it. Makes it a clean two-possession game.
And with that 19-yard field goal, the kick is good, and that extends the lead for the Venom. They're up by 14, 24-10. And, you know, I'm seeing in the chat, free Claude hashtag thrown around, and they gave him the opportunity, and he choked that one down. So that is going to be, you know, let's see what they do here in the second half with that running game. And that's going to be a kickoff to the Corn Kings, return from their own end zone. As he's going to bring it up, he gets past the first wave and going to be taken down to the 23, where the Corn Kings will try to strike to try to inch this game even closer.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to scratch and claw their way back into it, and they're not doing a terrible job. It's just throughout the entire game, it's been their issue. They cannot seem to score points.
Corn Kings have been held in check tonight. Three wide receiver set here. Miller drops back, looking over the middle. That is picked off. Intercepted by the Venom. Taken down to the 26.
Big pick, baby. Big pick.
And not sure who got that. Looks like Mike Hunt. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it's Mike Hunt.
Yeah, Mike Hunt comes flying in, snatching it out of nowhere. The Red Rocket came flying through, and Mike Hunt grabs it, runs with it, never gives it back.
I like how you said snatching it up. Snatch.
Well,
you know.
I mean,
Mike Hunt.
you know, you see, woo!
What's that like? Woo! High formation set here. Claude Owens is going to get the ball, and that's going to be about a 3-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Second and 7 here for the Venom. Looking to probably run here once again. That's a handoff to Nick Cricks III, and he's going to get up the middle to about the 19. And that's going to bring up 3rd and manageable 4.
Yeah. Especially in a situation like this where there really is nothing to gain and nothing to lose. I think it'll be interesting to see what Vegas' play call here, where, again, there really is not a lot to lose because you weren't expecting to be here in the first place.
3 wide receivers set here for the Venom. That's going to be a handoff to the fullback, so 3 straight runs. And they're just going to be glad to get some points. They don't really care. This is turnover points, as that is going to bring on the field goal unit here for the Venom.
Yeah, they get to extend their lead, and they're going to make it a 3-possession ball game. For the first time tonight there, I think this would be their biggest lead they've had if they make this.
Doug Herman on for the field goal. The kick is up, and it is good from 37 yards out. So now they extend the lead even more. They are now going to go by 17 here, Jack.
Yeah, again, it extends the lead. Des Moines now has a bigger hole to dig themselves out of.
Well, if I know anything about the Corn Kings and their head coach, I know that he loves to be in holes.
That he does.
That's what I've heard. That's the rumors.
Yeah. Well, now we gotta see if he can find his way out of which I know is very difficult to do, especially if you're quite content with being in them.
Yep, especially when you're throwing interceptions that might cut.
Yeah, no.
So the Corn Kings coming out, see if they actually answer. Offensively, they have. They're not buttering their corn cobs. I think that's just the problem. Right? I think that Oldorf needs to butter this team up. Miller.
Yeah. Cover
Looking deep and gets past the 40. Might cut on the tackle though, and that's going to be a first down at the 42. Just a simple,
huge gain.
Yeah, just a simple little corner route there by the tight end. And that brings it up 1st and 10 from the 42. 4 wide receiver set here for the Corn Kings. Miller looking, and that is tipped away from the defense. And that was done by none other than Tim Miles, the starting strong safety there on the deflection.
Yeah, that was a big deflection. Can't really blame anyone for not being there to pick it off. You know, he was the only guy who was down there, so not bad at all. Perfect play from the defense. As now he's threatening to slit people's throats. Can that be considered a legal offense?
Not in the WFA. It's highly encouraged. 2nd and 10, that is going to be a handoff to the fullback. And I got to tell you, these teams tonight are running a lot from their fullbacks.
Yeah, especially in situations that you don't usually run them in. I think this is about the 3rd time that we've seen Des Moines run it out of that situation. If you take a shot every time they do it, you might be decently drunk at this point.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd and 10, second down every time. It seems like when they get in that weak power I formation, they run that fullback. 3rd and 10. Miller looks deep, finds his target down the field. Ron Howard with the catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Corn Kings.
And they're playing that butterball, foosball, bucket chuck it game time sort of football out there, just throwing it. And that was the play they needed to flip the field and get themselves now within the 35. Let's see if they can capitalize on it and make this game a bit closer.
1st and 10 from the 32. Another handoff to the fullback once again, and that's just going to be a gain of 2 on the play. Second and 8 here from the 30. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. 2 tight ends down at the bottom of your screen. Miller finds the running back in the flat, and that is going to creep them up to the 22, just short of the first down, and that's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, now's a good time where I think they can run it now or throw it. The playbook's practically wide open. Just don't turn the ball over, really, if you're Des Moines, and this drive should be a success.
Looks like we're going to see probably that fullback dive once again. And indeed we do, and they do get the first down. And that's the first time that play's worked all night.
Did he get like punched over the line for the first down? Because it kind of looked like that from the back.
Yeah, it looked like that old Reggie Bush play from back in USC in 05, right? Or 06, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of. 2 wide receiver set, same formation. They got the first down, and there's a shot in the middle, and that is incomplete.
Oh!
If he would have just lofted a little bit more, Jack, Ricky Rivera was wide open in the end zone.
Yeah, clearly you can tell he has not spent enough nights practicing his arm strength, as it were, to really launch that one deep. Just short, couldn't get over the defender. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, I think if you do beer can curls, I think that'll help with that arm strength, right?
Yeah.
Maybe,
That's one of the motions you can do on a lonely night,
Yeah.
That's one of the motions.
I mean, with one hand, you could do that motion, then the other hand, you can keep the hand on your truck.
Do the other motion? Yeah. 3rd and 10, by the way.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, incomplete pass in the end zone. And a good attempt there to get to Ron Howard, but it was deflected by the defense. And now it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 21.
Coach, what's this one? Straight open, 50 XA post. Focus on this one. Break.
All right, so he's commanded his players to focus on this one. If anyone goes anywhere out of line, we can blame them for everything.
There you go.
They weren't focusing.
Straight open set here for the Corn Kings. 3rd and 10. Looking deep into the end zone. That is dropped. Oh my gosh. He had it in his hands. Roger Howard, wide open, had the touchdown and dropped it.
Mans clearly was not focusing enough. His mind was in La La Land, and that's going to result in an incompletion, and Des Moines going to have to settle for 3. A rather unfortunate end to a drive that for a moment there was looking really promising.
Yeah, it was definitely looking promising for sure. I mean, Howard just, when you look at the replay there, Jack, I'm watching it right now. He was wide open. Absolutely open. Had both corners burnt and just too much butter while he was buttering up Zach Holdorf's corn cob. But nevertheless, the field goal is up and good for the Corn Kings. So they take those 3 points back from earlier, and they are down 14 once again.
Yeah, they bring this game back to within a shout, as Vegas's offense so far has kind of just stopped. They've slowed down Vegas enough as to where now it's mostly on the Des Moines offense. And unfortunately, so far this second half, they haven't really done anything.
And Denon Bola almost had a lot of green ahead of him, but was able to be stopped there at the 35. And that's going to bring out the Venom offense, who really, they've gotten 2 field goals the last few drives, right? They've been stopped by the Corn Kings defense, especially down there at the 1. They were stopped when Claude Owens couldn't get in. So now they have to answer, right? Let's see what the rookie Hudnall can do in this situation. Single back formation here for the Venom. Hudnall drops back, finds his man short. That's Denon Bola, and that's going to be a gain of 7, set up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, short gain. But, he's not going crazy. He knows that he has a comfortable lead, that right now most of the pressure isn't on him. So he's not going to try and make it a bigger problem than it needs to be.
2nd and 3 here in the 3rd quarter, a minute 15 to go in the ball game, or in the 3rd quarter. Hudnall drops back, looks to the outside. That is tipped away from the defender, and that is incomplete, and that is going to be 3rd and short. Billy Big hits there, I believe, on the deflection.
And just after I praise him for not really forcing anything and not making it a bigger problem than it needs to be, he does just that. He did not need to make a throw like that in that situation.
All out here. Break.
It's a short yardage play, so at least it wasn't picked off, but not great.
Down.
3rd and 3. Here's single back formation for the Venom. Hudnall just trying to get a simple 3 yards to get the first down. Short drop, looking over the middle, finds his receiver with the one-handed grab by Essex Denimbola, and he's going to get out the midfield there, and more importantly, get the first down.
Yeah, Mance hit him with the yoinky splinky. Thought that ball was a bit overthrown. No, the wide receiver just reached his hand up and grabbed it.
Did you just say the yoinky splinky?
Yeah. You know, sometimes you got to hit him with the yoinky splinky. It's a scientific term. I'll get to explaining it at a later date.
All right, yeah, you're going to have to explain the yoinky splinky to me. Gun straight formation here from the 50. 50 X8 post. He hits the short part of that route, and that is incomplete. Good deflection there by the linebacker, making it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just get the hand up, bat it away, and no gain, no loss.
2nd and 10. 3 wide receiver set here out of the weak eye formation. Huddle hands it off to Cricks the third, and he gets a few yards on that, making it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd manageable, but I doubt that they're going to snap this one before the time runs out.
This is a big one, boys.
Just take this one to the 4th.
Hype it up.
Let's see what they do here. I mean, maybe you catch the Corn Kings defense off guard and snap the ball.
Down. Sit. Don't let him get a range.
And that is indeed what they do. They didn't get the defense off guard, and that's going to be just short. And that's 4th down. And I gotta tell you, Jack, I don't know if I'm liking a lot of these fullback dives that they're calling. I mean, they are getting positive yards, but it seems like they're doing it at weird situations.
Yeah, they're getting positive yardage, and I guess they're not the worst play to run. But yeah, it's just kind of weird they're running it at these times where you need more yards than that. Because fullback dives are traditionally called in shorter situations.
And that was indeed the end of the 3rd quarter. We hit the 4th quarter here as the Venom are up 27-13 here on YouTube, the WFA network, as that will be punted away by the Venom, and that's going to be out at the 12-yard line. So they pin him a little deep, and that's going to bring up the Corn Kings defense. Let's see if they make some 4th quarter adjustments, right? Because this, as we've talked about all night, this Corn King offense has just not really done a great job.
No, it's done a decent job at moving the ball, but it hasn't put the ball in the end zone, hasn't really stuck it between the uprights. It just kind of fails when when it's in those big moments.
1st and 10 here from the 12. Miller tries to hit his target. I look like that was deflected by the linebacker, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that probably is what happened, or just kind of a wayward pass, just another one that doesn't really look that great.
2nd and 10 from the 12. 4 wide receiver set here for the Corn Kings. The Venom running a dime 3-2 defense. Miller looking for the simple out route, finds his receiver to make it a manageable 3rd down. That's Roger Howard, who has shown he can catch the ball after that big drop in the end zone earlier.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just need to kind of show something to reestablish confidence in yourself. And it makes the 3rd and manageable, but Des Moines desperately needs the 1st down.
4 wide receiver set here for the Corn Kings. From the 18, Miller finds the soft spot in the zone, and that is completed to Ricky Riviera, and that is going to be 1st and 10 to the 24. First and 10 for the Corn Kings. Weak power I formation here. Look for Cade Smith to get the ball. He does indeed get it. Runs up the middle, and that may get a couple as they're about 3 yards, actually. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, just a steady movement, but unfortunately for Des Moines, they don't really have the time to be like this.
Yeah, you indeed don't want to try. I know that you want to establish the run, but you're down 14. You got to get some points on the board. Strong power.
Yeah. Now's not the time you're establishing things.
Yeah, strong power eye, and once again, the fullback dive coming out of the playbook, as that is going to get no yard gain. Maybe actually lost one, and that's going to be a very interesting 3rd and 8 here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I hope no one took me up on that drinking game I proposed earlier, because otherwise you'd probably be down on the floor right now with all these fullback dives out of 1-yard situations.
Yeah, I feel like I've dived into too many hams already as is because of it. 3rd and 8, and look at this play here, something we haven't seen all day as they hit that little simple out route. He turns up the field and gets a first down.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't play favorites.
That actually looked
man,
like
I don't play
Morbin
favorites.
Mullinex, so it was Morbin time as you described earlier.
Yeah, it's Morbin time. He morbed all over the defense,
When you come back, all you gonna see is
Blitz set here for the Corn Kings. Miller, short drop, looks to the outside, finds his target, looks like the fullback, and that is going to get up to 2nd and 4 for the Corn Kings.
It's a pretty decent little game there. Not too many yards accrued.
Four
And
wide
they're
receivers
moving the ball
here.
pretty dang well.
Yeah, they're doing okay on this drive, but I feel like they need to go a little bit quicker. 4 wide receivers set here. Venom showing pressure, but don't bring it. And look, there's a deep shot, but overthrows his target. Howard was the intended receiver, and that's going to be 3rd and 4.
And unlike a previous drive where he decided to underthrow the football a bit, that time he decides to crank it and probably almost threw out his shoulder doing that.
Yeah, he probably hasn't thrown one that deep in a while. Twin set on the bottom. Shotgun formation here for Miller. Short drop. Looks to the outside. That is tipped away by the linebacker. And that was a big-time play there by Fuli Bonolo. Hopefully I said that correctly. As that puts a stop to the drive, and it's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, and that was a great play by the linebacker, just jumping up right as the ball was right where it needed to be, because that would have been an easy first down.
In this situation, Jack, if you put your coach's hat on, are you punting it right here, or are you going for it?
I mean, considering how my defense has been doing, I almost held my breath because that if they had returned that for a touchdown, that would have been the big hilarious. I would at least trust my defense for one more drive, because if they can get a 3 and out, then I'm good. Obviously, if there's any less time left on the clock, I would have gone for it, personally. But I don't entirely hate the idea of punting it.
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50. I mean, I can see why you want it, but I can see why you would go for it. So, 1st and 10 here. Twin wide receivers on the bottom. Big drop. To the outside. That's a first down. And that's a big completion there for Venom.
Yeah, everything back to motion. From Huddle, as he threw it just in the nick of time, he had the defensive end crashing down, looking at him dead in the eye, saw death, laughed at it, threw the football over him.
And that was Sean Nicholson, the backup tight end. I feel like he's got like 4 or 5 catches tonight. That's a handoff to Claude Owens, gets nowhere. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, but it does melt time off the clock, so I guess that's maybe what Vegas's MO on that play was.
2nd down and 10 from the 46. Heavy set formation once again. Looking to just probably drain the clock. Owens with the handoff again. Once again, he's stopped in the backfield. And that was a big tackle loss there from the defensive tackle, Ben Jackson.
Here we go, guys. Bunch
And that
50,
was a
ZD
big
post.
play
All
for
out here.
Des Moines
Right.
defense, keeping Vegas slowed down. And now Vegas is going to have to get a big play if they want to keep this drive alive.
Yep, indeed they do. Bunch formation set here. Denimbola up on the top of the screen by himself. 3rd down and 11. Putnam trying to get away, but the pressure gets to him. And that is a sack. Ben Jackson, who had the tackle for loss in the last play, gets a sack right here.
Yeah, and that was a huge one, too, for Des Moines, because that's going to make it a better field position when they get the ball back. This is the exact sort of scenario that if you are Zach Holdorf, you're hoping for out of your defense to get the ball back, have some time left, and if you can get a big play here, it can, and if you get a touchdown here, it can potentially save your season.
Ooh, and that was almost blocked. I feel like we just get so close to this every time, and that is going to be received about the 16, maybe the 17. He gets it up to the 20. So the Corn Kings have some work to do. 80 yards, and I imagine right here is where the aggression of the deep pass has got to come into play here, Jack.
Yeah, and we've barely seen Des Moines really do it at all today. Just throw it deep and try and see what happens. They've been going really conservative when now they need to be aggressive.
Be aggressive is what they got to be.
Mm-hmm.
3 wide receivers set. He finds his target. Cade Smith gets a 1st down. Stays in bounds, so the clock continues to run.
I find it funny how the receiver just blocked by literally standing around, not doing anything.
Yeah, let's look at the replay here as the wide receiver does. I mean, who was that? That looked like Eagle Mondavi. Of course, Eagle Mondavi does nothing on the play to help his teammate out. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 here from the 30. Strong power I formation. God, here comes a fullback dive. Here we go, Jack. Watch this.
Here we
Fullback
go.
dive.
Here we go. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun.
No, it is indeed going.
Oh, it's a halfback dive.
It's a halfback dive.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What a coinky dink. It is a halfback dive indeed, not a fullback dive. So they threw me a curveball. That's going to be 2nd and 8. Weak power I formation here for the Corn Kings. Miller drops back and gets hit as he throws, so that is going to be incomplete. The pressure brought by Shelby Woosley Jr., who I believe has a sack tonight as well. And that's going to be 3rd and 8.
You ain't playing like yourself today. We need to pick it up. I need some help, man. I can't do it by myself.
As we get a glimpse into the huddle, Miller telling his teammates, I can't do shit by myself.
Down.
Then I have to do something.
I mean, his receivers haven't really been helping, so I can't blame the anger.
Empty bunch set here. Miller with a simple drop, and that was almost picked off. If he would have kept his hands on that, that could have easily been a pick 6.
Unfortunately, this is APF, and defenders don't know how to catch things.
I mean, that's a valid point. So here we go. Now they have to go. They have to go for it here, Jack.
You would think. However, okay, they're going for it. I thought they'd go conservative here.
Here we go. 4th and 8 for the Corn Kings. Under 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. They've got to get a 1st down. Miller looking deep down the field, and that is caught. Oh, looks like by Howard. Gets about to the 31-yard line, to the 30. And they're going to try to hurry this up and stay in this formation. Miller drops back again, finds his target short, and that is going to be 2nd and 2 from the 22.
They found their mojo here, Chad, and I'm sure they're going to try and stick in this formation for as long as humanly possible.
And tries to find Howard again, and that is incomplete pass. His 17th target of the night. And Zion Gilbert with the good defensive player.
Yeah, that was a good play because if he wasn't there, that was a touchdown easy. Same route they got those big yards on 4th down from. And he knew that the receiver had to slow down because he didn't have infinite
We
space.
got straight open
So that's
50 XA
pretty
post.
dang good.
All out here.
I think that was really actually a bad throw by Miller because it looked like Howard had to come back to the ball. That was supposed to be a corner route. And he had to, if you saw on that replay, Jack, he had to come back towards the defender. So I think that Miller may have just underthrown that just a touch. 4 wide receivers set here, 4:13 left to go in the game. He looks down the field again, and that is Gilbert once again on the tip. And the Corn Kings now with a 4th and 2 situation with 4:09 to go in the game.
And that's pretty dang rough to suffice. Because had just a little bit of extra mustard been put on that hot dog, it would have been 6, and we would be talking about a completely different football game.
4th and 2 here, last chance for the Corn Kings, at least for now. Drops back, finds his target, first down to the 9. I believe that was Eagle Mondavi on the catch.
And that has to be a misdirection pass or something, because I thought it was going to go to the man over the middle.
Miller drops back, looks to the check down to Kate Smith, doesn't get hardly in towards the end zone. He's going to take it to the 5, and that's going to be 2nd and goal. Lining up in the I formation set. Miller, short drop. Had the middle, man. He had a receiver wide open. It could have been Morbin time. He looked pretty wide, but nevertheless, he did not get the pass off. He took the sack, and that's going to get down to the 9. Miller, short drop again. Looking, finds his fullback. Nothing to do on that one, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, this has to be another go-for-it situation. Because right now, it's not just the game. It's your season that's on the line here. They need 6.
They have got to get 6 here indeed. 4th and goal. They have to score. Miller, gun straight. He looks. He finds his receiver. Did he get in the end zone? No.
No!
He did not get in. He did not get in.
Goodness! We got to see the spot on that.
Abdul
I'm
Moss.
not even saying I think he got it. I just need to see it.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was a good play call. He was wide open, but he just did not get in the end zone. Let's see if there's a challenge on the play. And it doesn't look like there's gonna be, and Vegas takes over on downs.
Yeah, so now if you're Des Moines, you got to be blitzing here. You got to be sending the full house, and that looks like that's going to be what they're doing.
And look at this, going up the middle. Nick Cricks the third. That's when the fullback dive works. Right there in that kind of situation as he gets him off of that goal line, and that's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 9. And, man, if you're the Corn Kings, Jack, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's a bit of a debilitating play because had Vegas
Look alive on
been
this
spending any time in the backfield, they might have gotten 2 points out of it, and they'd have the chance again.
F-wing Jokers formation here for the Venom. Hand off to Claude Owens, and that is going to be stopped in the backfield. That's going to be 3rd and 1. Actually, they're going to give him no gain on the play. Ben Jackson once again with another great stop. And that's going to take us right now to the 2-minute warning. The Venom looking so far like there might be the team that's going to advance into the next round. They're up 27-13.
Yeah, they're looking at Wyoming. They're looking at that crew. They're looking at Chris Dixon. They're looking at the Cavalry kid. They're saying, did I hear a bullhorn somewhere? Or am I crazy?
You heard my chair, probably. And look at this.
Yeah, and
Claude
looks like your
Owens.
chair. They're squeaking.
Hang on, let's see. Does it sound like this? Oh, it didn't do it. Hang on. Nope, didn't do it. I want it to squeak, and it doesn't squeak.
Damn.
And that's a bullshit. So, all right. So, Claude Owens getting the first down. And I really think that might just seal it here. As we are here live in Vegas. Once again, Chad rolling on the play-by-play. Jack P. on the analysis side. Colin Pierce producing this game for us tonight. Thank you once again to that beautiful, bald, majestic man. As that is going to be another timeout here from the Corn
Maybe y'all
Kings.
should have thrown the ball. Put a lid on it, big guy.
Yeah, and now it's just 3 yards for Vegas, and a trip to Wyoming will be booked if they can get these few yards.
And it looks like we are getting that indeed. The Venom would be taking on the Cavalry, and the Stingers would be taking on the Boston Whales in the next round, with this game being completed pretty much. And if they get a first down, it's all over. And there it is. Claude Owens, last time out by the Corn Kings. That is all but confirmed. The Vegas Venom will be moving on from this game. I mean, we may see some screwed up shit. You never know, Jack, but I'm going to assume that this game is all locked up.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't a bad game and not a bad season at all from Des Moines. They had a very solid effort of a year, went 4-3 in the regular season, no shame to lose against a team that's had a very long and storied history in the WFA in the Vegas Venom. First year in Vegas after moving over from Salt Lake City, Utah, and they've just had a very solid year. They get to continue their run with Wyoming next on the docket, going from the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas to the small town charm of Casper. Kind of hard to really figure out any other way to phrase it.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no other way to phrase it, right? You're going from the city that never sleeps to the city that probably has a bunch of old people sleeping in Casper, Wyoming. And yeah, I mean, really, when you're looking at this game, I mean, I think the biggest disappointment has to be, I don't know if we really call it disappointment, but I think either the Corn Kings offense just didn't show up, or the Vegas defense really was just that good.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because next week's going to be a completely different challenge for the Vegas defense. You know, Des Moines came in, they passed it a fair bit. They're a bit more pass happy. Next week, they're going up against Wyoming, and Wyoming, they're purely a run team. They doesn't really throw it at all.
Yep.
You know, like...
Exactly right. As a division opponent, the Wyoming Cavalry is for us in Washington. They're a really good run team, right? So that is definitely indeed the case. And that should do it. The last kneel down of the game as the Vegas Venom crowd is on their feet in celebration. Their team advances even closer to the Gen Bowl.
Yep, their tickets to Toa Messina are just a little bit closer to being punched.
And there you go. That is the official final score. The Vegas Venom on top, 27-13. And let's take a look at these stats here, Jack. As the Venom, I mean, it was pretty much even there. They started getting some better run in the fourth quarter, but pretty much even stats if you look at that.
Yeah, and the Venom, again, the main thing they just did what they needed to do in that first half. They got the big plays, got some points on the board, and they just outpaced the Corn Kings. That really is about all you can say. You know, Vegas just played a very textbook, sound version of football, and that got them to the next round, and most of the time, that's all you need to do.
One turnover only in this ball game, which was that interception by Mike Hunt. And I wonder if that could have been like a momentum shifting thing, right? I mean, the Corn Kings weren't that far behind. They had an opportunity to jump back into it. And even though in between those two possessions, Vegas only got 6 points, but that could have been a big momentum shift.
Yeah, even if it doesn't necessarily result in points, just killing the momentum and the morale in the Corn Kings offense was huge. And for Des Moines, they continued, you know, it's now off season time for them, you know, whether they come out next year in Des Moines or, you know, maybe they send themselves off somewhere else. Good season for them. Good luck in the off season.
Yeah, hopefully we won't see like 9 teams switch cities. I think that'd be nice to just keep some consistency. Player of the game tonight, no doubt there, Terrence Hudnall, 15 of 19, very consistent, 263 yards, 3 touchdowns, 158 QBR tonight. And that should wrap it up here. Jack, last word?
Well, it was a great game from both sides. Solid game on the whole. Good luck to Vegas in the next round. Wyoming's a good team. I know. I helped build that team many seasons ago. And for Des Moines, great season, great respect. And to all out there in WFA Nation, have a wonderful evening.
All right, good night, everybody. Once again from Vegas, is Chad Rowland, Jack P on the call, Colin Pierce producing. Thank you once again. Have a good night, folks.